Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa. Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Don't mess with the devotee of Kṛṣṇa. Don't mess with the devotee of the Lord. You know, the whole battle of Kṛṣṇa was fought because Duryodhana, Duryodhana, Dushasan, and who was the other one? Kṛṣṇa. They insulted Draupadi. Dushasan pulled her by her hair. She was a queen, very chaste lady. He pulled her by her hair and dragged her into the assembly. Tried to take her clothes off in front of everybody. Kṛṣṇa did not go for that. Not at all. He promised Draupadi that because her hair had been taken down like that the wives of all the Kauravas and all of those on the sides of the Kauravas would have to let their hair down because they would be in mourning at the loss of their husbands. Don't mess with the devotee of the Lord. Really don't. I mean, look what happened to Prahlad, right? I mean, Hiranyakashipu, because of his abuse and torture of Prahlad. The Lord personally came and tore him open. Hiranyakashipu was pretty bad. I mean, he was causing quite a disturbance for the whole universe. He'd become so powerful. Even the demigods were having difficulties because of his material interference, his material desires for control and enjoyment. But it wasn't until he persecuted or caused problems for his devotee son that the Lord personally appeared in a very angry mood and tore him apart. Don't mess with a devotee. You have Jug Bharat. Some thieves found him and considered him a dullard. A human being not much better than an animal. He was an avadu. He wasn't taking part in the activities of society. He was remaining aloof in his full concentration and meditation on God. And they considered him to be somebody dull or stupid. And chose him as a human sacrifice to gain more power, more strength, more blessings in God's color. But when she found out that they were going to sacrifice a devotee of the Lord, a pure devotee of the Lord, she wasn't going to stand for that. She came and she cut all their heads off. And I believe her associates, the demonesses, cut their heads off and drank the blood. So nothing happened to Jad Bharat. He was spared. Goddess Kali herself came. So don't mess with a devotee. Don't mess with a devotee of the Lord. Don't do it. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, we've got Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 10. The opulence of the Absolute. Realizing the opulence of the Absolute is not the ultimate realization of the Absolute. The ultimate realization is of his personal nature, his pastimes, his personal nature, loving exchange with his devotees. However, I like to hear about other aspects of the Lord also. It just makes me appreciate more when he's on that very simple, intimate level with his devotees. It makes me appreciate him even more, how wonderful God is. That although he has all these opulences, they don't mean as much to him as a personal relationship with his devotee. I like to be reminded of that. So, this is chapter 10, the opulence of the Absolute. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear friend, mighty armed Arjuna, listen again to my supreme word, which I shall impart to you for your benefit, and which will give you great joy. Neither the hosts of demigods, nor the great sages know my origin, for in every respect I am the source of all the demigods and the sages. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the Supreme Lord of all the worlds, he, undiluted among men, is freed from all sins. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, self-control, and calmness, pleasure and pain, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, nonviolence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy are created by me alone. The 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, are born out of my mind. And all creatures in these planets descend from them. He who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this, there is no doubt. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. The thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss enlightening one another and conversing about me. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge darkness born of ignorance. Arjuna said, "You are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth, an eternal divine person. You are the primal God, the transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. All the great sages, such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyas, proclaim this of you. And now, you yourself are declaring it to me. O Kṛṣṇa, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, know thy personality. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own potencies. O origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, O supreme person, Lord of the universe. Please, tell me in detail of your divine powers by which you pervade all these worlds and abide in them. How should I meditate on you? In what various forms are you to be contemplated, O blessed Lord? Tell me again in detail, O Janardana, Kṛṣṇa, of your mighty potencies and glories, for I never tire of hearing your ambrosial words." The Blessed Lord said, "Yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. I am the Self, O Gudikesh, seated in the hearts of all creatures. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. I am Marichi of the Maruts, and I am and of the stars, I am the moon. Of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living beings, I am the living force, knowledge. Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasurs, I am fire, Agni. And of the mountains, I am Meru. Of priests, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief, Brihaspati, the Lord of devotion. Of generals, I am Skanda, the Lord of war. and of bodies of water, I am the ocean. Of the great sages, I am Brighu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy names, Japa. And of immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Of all trees, I am the holy fig tree, and among sages and demigods, I am Narada. Of the singers of the gods, Gandharvas, I am Chitrarata, and among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila. Of horses, know me to be Uchashraiva, who rose out of the ocean, born of the elixir of immortality. Of lordly elephants, I am Airavata, and among men, I am the monarch. Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am the Sarabi, givers of abundant milk. Of procreators, I am Kandarpa, the god of love. And of serpents, I am Vashuki, the chief. Of the celestial Naga snakes, I am Ananta. Of the aquatic deities, I am Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, lord of death. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlad. Among some doers, I am time. Among the beasts, I am the lion, and among birds, I am Garuda, the feathered carrier of Vishnu. Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of wielders of weapons, I am Ram. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of flowing rivers, I am the Ganges. Of all creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle. O Arjuna, of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self. And among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compounds, I am the dual word. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma, whose manifold faces turn everywhere. I am all-devouring death, and I am the generator of all things yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. Of hymns, I am the Brihat Sama, sung to the Lord Indra. And of poetry, I am the Gayatri verse, sung daily by Brahmanas. Of months, I am November and December. And of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. I am also the gambling of cheats. And of the splendid, I am the splendor, I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyas, and among great thinkers, I am Ushana. Among punishments, I am the rod of chastisement, and of those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence, and of the wise, I am wisdom. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existences. There is no being, moving or unmoving, that can exist without me. O mighty armed conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. Know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all these detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. You want to come on the camera for a few minutes? Can we have some fun? Association? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda, Hare Krishna. Oh, too bad. Hare Krishna. Well, anyway, go in there. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I just read a chapter on the opulence of the Absolute, where Krishna picks out the most prominent or of all the different categories. And then he says, like a fish, he says he's the shark, and like that. So I'm going to take a purport, see what Prabhupada has to say. Purport. Try to help us get a little more depth of insight into these aspects of Krishna. But also the what's called the nutshell verses, or there's 4 of them that are really considered the heart of the Gita, and they're in this chapter, the Opulence Absolute. So maybe just read those. That would be nice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Srila Godhead is very fond of pointing out that although the verse says, constantly devoted and worship me with love, Godhead points out that in the word for word, it's not love, it's priti purvakam. It was loving ecstasy. To make that a little clearer, that it's a very intense form of love, ecstatic love. Not like, I love pizza, or I love the movies, or not that kind of love, but very intense, ecstatic love, which is what it says in the word for word. So the verse, it's chapter 10, text 10, Kṛṣṇa says, to those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So Prabhupada, let's see what Prabhupada says. He's got 3-paragraph purport here to try to help us understand what's being said here. So Prabhupada says, in this verse, the word Buddhi-yogam is very significant. We may remember that in the 2nd chapter, the Lord, instructing Arjuna, said that he had spoken to him of many things and that he would instruct him in the way of Buddhi-yoga. Now Buddhi-yoga is explained. Buddhi-yoga itself is action in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. That is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence, and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go back home, back to Godhead, and takes fully to Kṛṣṇa consciousness in devotional service, his action is called Buddhi-yogam. In other words, Buddhi-yogam is the process by which one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. The ultimate goal of progress is Kṛṣṇa. People do not know this. Therefore, the association of devotees and a bona fide spiritual master are important. One should know that the goal is Kṛṣṇa, and when the goal is assigned, then the path is slowly but progressively traversed, and the ultimate goal is achieved. Slowly but progressively traversed. Slowly. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Slowly. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa. When a person knows the goal of life, but is addicted to the fruits of activities, he is acting in karma yoga. When he knows that the goal is Kṛṣṇa, but he takes pleasure in mental speculation to understand Kṛṣṇa, he is acting in jnana yoga. When he knows the goal and seeks Kṛṣṇa completely in Kṛṣṇa consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in bhakti yoga or buddhi-yoga, which is the complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A person may have a bona fide spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but still, if he is not intelligent enough to make progress, then Kṛṣṇa from within gives him instructions so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. The qualification is that a person always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love and devotion render all kinds of services. He should perform some sort of work for Kṛṣṇa, and that work should be with love. If a devotee is intelligent enough, he will make progress on the path of self-realization. If one is sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain to him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, very relaxed here. I put myself asleep. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, just kind of mellowed out, Hare Krishna. It's been a day. It's been a very interesting day. Kṛṣṇa, 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 Hey, Govinda, anymore.